cut her out this time. Oh, clear my mind, won't you? The next one we're going to play is called When the Veil Thins, so it's definitely a mystery sort of feeling of, that time of year where we're not even thinking about fall right now, but, so many cultures have this idea that at that time is when the spirits are closest to us, and so that's what this song is about.
Okay, so the Halloween theme, when the veil is indeed thin.
Yeah.
So,
or ghosts any time of year, really. Our ghosts don't leave, I don't think.
No. All right, well, let's hear it. It's Julia Sanders here on WNCW.
I've got a piano that I can't play. Maybe somewhere a letter from his last day. Wish I had those videotapes from the old days. In my dreams I walk those rooms again and again. Night is stretching out to meet the day. Seems like the ones that left have a lot to say. There's a ghost on every block as the month ends, but I wouldn't mind a visit from an old friend. When the veil thins, when the veil is thin, let them all back. When the veil thins, when the veil is thin, let them all back. They fixed it. It always wanted more than I could give. Heard there was a car crash, never got to say. But I'm so sorry for the shitty things. So come and sing a song in my living room. I'll make a favorite bread and a pot of soup, and all the ones I never got to know. Tell me your stories before you have to go. When the veil thins, when the veil is thin, let them all back. When the veil thins, when the veil is thin, let them all back. When the veil thins, when the veil is thin, let them all back.
That's another new one from Julia Sanders here on WNCW from the forthcoming album Dark Matter, forthcoming out just another
like 2 weeks.
couple
is
weeks
that a
or so.
fortnight? What is it officially?
Oh, I
2
forgot.
weeks? It is?
Something like that.
There
All
you
right.
go.
Well, happy Fortnite Eve or something of the new release.
Sounds like we're at a Ren fair. Or
Yeah,
something.
all right, cool. Well, singing songs about the veil is
Yeah,
thin.
it's true. It's pretty
Samhain
witchy,
and
this
all
whole
that.
record.
Yeah, all right. Well, I like your description of how dark matter came into play and how it just, well, I guess you got pushed to not necessarily write songs about the universe and the cosmos and astronomy, but songs about subject matter that you weren't as familiar with or weren't inclined to write about beforehand.
Yeah, I think, it's like all the songs on there in some respect are about things that are unseen but are forces on us in every day.
Yeah.
Whether that's in relationships or in our past or what have you. So the next one we're going to do is called Strawberry Moon, and we can talk a bit more, but that one is also like kind of a magic song.
Is it?
About the Strawberry Moon is the full moon of June, so we're almost there. Not almost, but
Yeah.
like I said, I'm solar powered. I'm like, let's get to summer.
You're on it, yes.
Yes. But it's that like magic feeling of possibility in the summer when just like feels like anything could happen and everything's blooming. I'm ready to see Asheville do some springtime after the hurricane. It's like, I think we just all need some green and some growth. And, I have so many favorite trails that have gotten demolished in town. And there is something really nice about being in the woods after the storm because that is a natural process. Like the trees are okay. The forest is okay. It's just going to readjust,
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to see the big picture when it's your town or your bar, that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. I remember when Helene happened, getting into the winter season and the leaves were gone, and I wondered, is this going to be a really stark difference in how it looks when it finally blooms again and we get to the green spring? Are we going to notice more all the trees that are down? And I don't know, personally, I don't notice it. It looks like a lot of healing has taken place in a way.
Yeah, it just looks different. Like I had a really wise friend talk about just how, we're just going to get to meet these places that we've been so accustomed to seeing one way in a really different way. And that's kind of a possibility if we want to think about it that way.
Yeah.
The video for Queen of Swords was actually shot at Carrier Park, which was like my go-to running park or place to go. And so it was nice to just like show a little bit of what Asheville has been through with that video, even though the song was written before the storm. But I think the feeling of lostness of that song was appropriate.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're working on it. I went back to the Greenway the other day and went for a run. So
good. How does this new album coming out compared to Morning Star, your previous album from 2022?
Well, it's the content's a little different, I guess. I think Morning Star was a lot about just my own personal grappling with the transition to motherhood and that whole that word matrescence, which is like the adolescence of becoming a mother, is the word I got really fixated on, and in that there's this whole second adolescence that you go through when you have a family and you become a different kind of person, and there's a real shedding of your former self that I process things through music. So I was like, well, there's not enough songs about this, so I'm just going to have to write a record about it. But then, I kind of landed in that new self, and I think Dark Matter is an ability to sort of go through a wider lens. And there was a lot going on during the time of writing this record, including my mom got very sick and passed away during that time. So it was there was a lot of grief and heaviness that definitely influenced the record, and thinking about my own mortality and everyone else's mortality.
Right.
Just light. It's a light concept.
Sure. And then musically, there's some similarities for sure, some through lines like John James Tourville.
Totally. I love working with John James.
He was involved in both. With this one, he did a lot of different instruments and production work, and you said it was at his studio?
Yep. He's got a home studio called Neighborhood Studio that's going through some expansions right now. But at the time, it was just like we took over his whole house for a few days to do the live sessions. And we just, there's a consistency to my sound, I think, but also we tried to craft something a little bit different. And I think especially with the content being what it was, like to go a little bit raw with the sound and, a little bit more, I don't know, grungy and little 90s influence, lots of Velvet Underground influence, lots of that kind of like early Stones feeling was sort of what we tried to bring in. And then, you know, there'll always be that kind of like Americana undertone. I don't know, even though I didn't grow up here, that was what I gravitated to musically. And then I came here and it was just the comfy way to be. So
hey, Bruce Springsteen from your home state of Jersey.
I mean, he's a folk musician.
He's as Americana as they come.
So true.
And he's one of the best rockers out there. And he's a folkie. He's a Pete Seeger.
You gotta
protege.
get him. Listen, Springsteen, will you come to Studio B?
He hasn't been here yet, has he? I'm going to get in touch with him as soon as we're done here. Yeah, good idea, Julia.
Yeah,
Thank
I don't
you.
have his cell, believe it or not. Actually, everyone in New Jersey does not know each other.
Well, yeah, now that you mention it, I do hear kind of that grunge rock and that Velvet Underground, early Stones sound maybe on some of these new ones here.
You definitely will on this next one, for sure.
Okay, good. I think a nice cover of the Stones' Painted Black would work. I mean, you're wearing all black. You got kind of a dark witch magic kind of thing going on in your lyrics. All right.
Sorry, now I forgot to tune, so you have to ask me one more thing, or talk to the band.
Or to not ask you one. Yeah. So, what was it like with you? I'll just mention while she tunes up once again that Julia Sanders is our guest here with her band, doing one more song, and then they are playing at the Grey Eagle Country Brunch on Mother's Day, May 11th. It's an afternoon thing, 11 a.m. in fact, till 2 o'clock. The new album does feature some John James Tourville and Steve Ernest, the guitarist here, and also Bryce Abergini on the drums and some other folks. And I should mention John James Tourville. He's in the Deslons.
Yep.
He's just an Asheville guy who plays around, but he's also in one of our favorite new bands of late, the Deslons.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're one of my original favorite bands. I know John James, we used to live in New Orleans together on Deslon Street, which is actually where the band gets their name from.
Yeah, thank you.
They were the Tumbleweeds back then. And yeah, we've been friends since. I mean, I'm friends with him and his wife, and they're one of the reasons I moved to Asheville. And we love working together. Like, I'm able to sort of give him some voice memos, and he can just take his production wizard brain and help me craft it. And then I got some other really good friends, actually, that I met through New Orleans, but one of which lives here now, Julie Odell, to sing on the record. And also Esther Rose is singing on it on Dark Matter. And she's now based out of Santa Fe, and she's got a great new record out, Want, which I'm sure you're spinning plenty of. So.
Just about to.
Oh, good. Play my girl. That's my bestie.